Alright guys, I'm out here with our wheat tech guy. We're kind of scouting through some wheat. If you remember back to harvest, we really struggled getting wheat planted this year. It was very late, then it's been wet and cold ever since. The wheat's not quite ideal. Like it could be a little bit bigger, a little bit fatter, but it is what it is. But that's why we have this man to help us out. This is Phil Brown from Midwest Wheat Consultants, and Phil and I are going to walk through this field and kind of see what we think, and he'll give us a recommendation. So.
Sounds great. What we're really looking at here is trying to figure out what the size of the wheat crop is to determine what our first nitrogen shot is. So we know that we want 600 heads per square yard. So in our strategy that we run, every road leads there if you know where you are today. So that's our goal today, is determine the size of the plant, the number of tillers, where we think it can go, and what today's best decision is to move forward closer to where we want to be at harvest.
All right, if you look out across this field, you probably can't tell just on this shot, but there is actually some weed pressure starting. And like Phil just pointed out, if we get down here and really look at it, you can see a little bit.
Gets pretty heavy right in there. And those are the weeds that, driving down the road, nobody ever thinks there's the winter annuals, the chickweed, the henbent, the pennycrest, and mustards. They do a lot of damage on your tillering, and if you don't manage them, either in the fall or in the spring, you can get yourself a lot of trouble. So that's another step. Typically, we would have sprayed these in the fall and they'd have been gone, and that really is nice for tillering, more predictable, better results, more consistency across the field. It's just kind of basic production. Take care of issues, get better results. A couple other things you can tell with wheat, it's kind of fun. Here's the kernel from last fall, and you can tell exactly how deep it was planted by where it turns white. So it was planted right at the inch, just right. If you plant it too deep, wheat has to rejoint and takes time, and it becomes a heaving problem. So deeper isn't better in wheat production. As many of us have learned in the past, that's not a true wives' tale.
Well, Phil, what's your recommendation to make this fill in a little bit? It looks looking a little puny right through here and about this 15-foot strip. I don't know. I think a little bit, pour some nitrogen to it, think she'll green up?
I don't know if pouring nitrogen to this is going to make any difference. I think this is the lack of wheat might have caused this natural strip.
Yeah, might have ran out of wheat. Might have ran out just a little bit short. So. Oh well, it happens.
Oh, life happens all the time when you're farming.
Phil, what's kind of your outlook on the wheat market going forward, or I guess just wheat farming in general? It kind of seems like everything's, I know in this area wheat acres are down pretty big.
Yes, actually currently we're at a 112-year low wheat acres planted, and I think as we go north where it was pretty tough and wet and clay, there may be some wheat tore up. So there could be some bad news on this wheat crop, which should make some price change.
Yeah. And
with that few of acres planted in the United States, I think we've got some chances for this wheat to maybe break open and maybe get into a profitable position here pretty quick. We just got to be ready to take those little market options, because right now it doesn't seem like anything gives us much profit very long.
Yeah.
But our goal here is, if we can get ourselves a good wheat crop, I say good, 90 to 100 bushel, and can follow it with 30 to 40 bushel beans, it's still pretty close to $1,000, $900 to $1,000 of revenue in today's market.
Yeah.
That's pretty feasible.
Yeah, just getting that 30, 40 bushel double crops and that 100 bushel wheat.
A lot of work.
Yeah.
A lot of work. And you do the best you can, and you don't always get there.
Yep.
But that kind of gives you a quick update on that. Okay?
Phil, if anyone was wanting to hire your services or get in touch with you, what would be the best way to get hold of you? You're on Facebook or social media or anything?
Most of mine just phone numbers. Okay. My phone number is 765-438-2491. I'm on the road from about 6 in the morning until 11 at night. I travel a lot to get to wheat fields. So call about any time and text me. You can email me at phil@midwestwheat.com. That would be another way to chase me down.
Okay. I'll put his contact info in the video description if anyone wants to get hold of him.
Awesome.
Yep, that should help a little bit. But.
That'll be great.
Yep. All right.
Let me know how we can help.
All right. Thanks, Phil.
See you, man.
Man, it's really cold out there. One thing I like about what Phil does, like in a good year, I'd say everyone's probably going to have about the same kind of wheat yields around here. But it seems like Phil is able to help us make decisions that kind of ensure we have a better than average wheat crop pretty much year in, year out. I mean, we've been using his services for probably I'd say close to 15 years now. And in that time, I would say we typically average around 90 bushel wheat crops, which before we were using him, you know, it was 50 to 60. So it's definitely made a difference. And yeah, it seems to help quite a bit. One of the nice things about Phil, like as you can see, this field looks bad. I fully expected that we would be planting corn in this field. He already took a look at this field and he wrote us up a recommendation. He seems to think we pour a little bit of nitrogen to this field, a couple other things that we can really get to make something. He seems to think we can still maybe get 70 bushel out of it, which will probably make it, you know, we'll keep it in production if that's the case. Without Phil, I would have came in here, probably planted corn, burn all this wheat. What wheat did come up, burn it down. So we've actually had problems like that before. He's came in, kind of helped us save a field. Makes it pretty nice. Usually he isn't around whenever we're not around when he walks through the field. It's another nice thing. It's probably something that we could do. It's just there's not enough hours in the day to do all this stuff. So he definitely helps us out there. I did forget to mention his, I guess the area that he covers is, he told me Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, Illinois. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. But yeah, if you like, check him out. If you're farming wheat, he definitely offers a pretty good service, I think. So if you do check him out, maybe tell him we sent you. And yeah, thanks for watching. If you like what you've seen on our channel, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Brian's Farming Videos and Facebook at Brown Farms. And we'll see you in the next video.